All right. Unigard, Sam Merrill, thoughts on this one?
Obviously, a very energetic atmosphere. The crowd was unbelievable. Couldn't have done that without them. I think they helped more than people realize. We're so grateful for them. Coach preached all week in both our games that we had to be the toughest team, and some things didn't go our way. They got a lot of offensive rebounds. They got to the free throw line quite a bit, but we found a way to stick together with all the guys fouling out and such, and found a way to win the game. So obviously, a great feeling to come away with a win there.
Sam, you went the full 40 minutes tonight. How important was it for you to be out there on the court from start to finish?
Yeah, just I'm in good enough shape to be able to do it. It's tough at times, but I'm grateful that Coach has the trust in me to be able to stay out there for the full 40, and was able to do it tonight. So
earlier in the game, you had at one point in the game when you guys were at 23-14, you had 15 of the 23 points. How did you approach the early stages of the game mentally to kind of get the team going?
Yeah, we moved the ball really well throughout most of the game, but especially during that stretch, and I was able to get some open shots. They're a really good defensive team. They make things real tough on you, but I just felt like tried to approach it like any other game, but it's hard to do that when it's a game this big. But fortunately, shots fell, and we made our free throws down the stretch and came out with the win.
What was going through your head when you're on the floor after Martin dunked over you and you were down? Did you know it was going to go your way?
I figured he'd call a charge. I didn't actually know he made it until we got into the locker room. But, Coach told us that we'd have opportunities to take charges against these guys. They're obviously really athletic, and they like to get to the rim. And, I would bet we took probably 5 or 6 charges as a team. So that one may feel like it's a bigger one because it was towards the end of the game, but we made a lot of good defensive plays down the stretch.
You talked about being tough. That's what my coaches really preached. But you get beat up a lot. You have to be pretty sore after a game like this. There's a number of times.
Yeah, it was a very physical game, and that's how we want to play at home. We want to, at times try and rough things up, and that's how they like to play too. They're obviously big and athletic and strong. But there's physical toughness and there's mental toughness, and I think as a team we have a lot of mental toughness.
There was a moment there after the buzzer sounded when you ran the puck out. You were staring at teammates, and it looked like you were kind of staring in disbelief almost. What was kind of running through your mind at that moment when everybody started to spill onto the court?
Yeah, I mean, it's just to get to where we are, after the last couple of years, which are really tough, and to see the Spectrum full like that again for the first time in a while. I'm pretty sure they announced that was the largest crowd ever. If I'm seventh largest crowd ever. Oh wow, jeez. But yeah, it's we're not there yet. Tuesday's going to be really, really tough because Colorado State's playing really well, and we have to go to their place obviously. But to just had a little moment of gratitude for Coach Smith and for Mr. Hartwell and for everyone that's helped us get almost back to where we want to be. We're not there yet. Like I said, we still got one more, but it's a pretty humbling moment.
What was that last play like on the long pass where you were a receiver right in high school and you were going to beat?
Yeah, but I never beat guys. I always jumped over guys in high school. I never beat them with my speed. I was just trying to touch the ball. I knew there were only like 2 seconds left, so I was just trying to touch the ball and obviously run it out. And like I said, it's a good feeling to come away with that.
What kind of battle was it between you two? Where you both came out of the game and had really similar stats.
Yeah, Caleb's a really good player. There's a reason he was preseason All-American, reason he was Player of the Year last year, and he played a pretty good game. We kind of went back and forth, but I'm just grateful that we as a team were able to come out with a win.
You guys had to deal with a lot of foul trouble with the big guys tonight, so you had to go small, and they're a lengthy team. How did you guys get through that?
Yeah, I think that's just who we are as a team. We've found a way to win in so many ways throughout the season. Dwayne and Justin both had to play some minutes at the 5, and I thought they did a great job. And going forward, starting Tuesday, there's going to be moments where we don't know what's coming, but I think who we are as a team and how we play together as a team is going to help us get through any type of issue.
Yeah, you guys are kind of been spoken about on the tournament bubble this one was supposed to be kind of your chance to really make a statement to get into the field. What would you say for like people that are making those decisions about why you guys should be included in that field?
I just hope they're watching us. Whether it, I don't feel like this one win is going to put us in or not. Maybe it will, but I feel that we're one of the 64 best teams in the country. But our goal is to win a Mountain West championship first and foremost, and then we'll worry about the tournament later on. And we have one more opportunity to go do that Tuesday night.
Anything else for Sam?
All right, thank you.
Is that your blood or beans?
Some of it is mine, some of it is Beans.
Hey, Bronson.
Junior Gargiulo, Brito, thoughts on this one?
I thought it was a very physical game. Beginning of the game, both teams seemed kind of nervous, and like just getting some cheap fouls, I think, on both hands. And eventually, I think we kind of fed off our crowd because they were huge tonight. And the second half, we got in a little bit of foul trouble, but I think the fact that we were able to stay in the game and keep the lead was a really good sign of our toughness. And yeah, I think just that overall team effort, that guys had to do whatever they needed to do, even though they were not playing in their usual position. That was huge for us, and fortunately we came out with a win.
Sam went the full 40 minutes for you guys tonight. How important was his presence out there on the floor?
Yeah, huge. Sam, he's the guy that when we're in the trouble, like scoring trouble, when we can't score for a few possessions, you want to look for Sam just because he's the one that just can get those shots that only he can make. And I know it's tough because I played 28 and I was completely exhausted. I can barely imagine what it would take to play those 40 minutes at the intensity that we played. And yeah, Sam really needs to be on the floor if we want to win. Unfortunately, he was able to hold his own for 40 minutes.
Speaking of big shots, you hit a couple in the second half when you guys were really needing because they were making a pushback. Was you just looking to make the shot, or was that part of the play? Or?
No, I just look within our offense, and I remember it was off of the kind of a step back on the baseline. It was just off of an offensive rebound. I thought it was going to close out to my shot. I think it was Cody, but I just saw an opportunity to drive, and he kind of relaxed when I pulled back, and just take the shot. You think if it's a good shot, just take it with confidence. And I think the whole team kind of did that today. Every guy just, I think, had huge moments, whether it was on the free throw line or taking it to the rim. So
you mentioned the foul trouble. You had 3 of your starters foul out. How were you guys able to kind of keep things together and not fall apart at the end?
I think it was just the togetherness that we have and the trust in each other. Of course, I had to play a lot of point guards, so did Sam, and Dwayne had to play the 5, Dean had to play the 5. So it's something that we're not expecting, but we got to be ready for it. And Coach always talks, we don't know what's going to happen, but let's just, whatever happens, and we just got to be ready for it.
How do you get ready for something like that?
Well, just in practice, just try to simulate game situations, and we had to go really small. We've been small. We've played a lot of small ball this year, and I think they really hurt us on the boards. But at the end of the game, we really were able to come up with some big rebounds.
What were you guys doing defensively to hold Jordan Carolina to just 7 points?
Well, we're trying to just stay in front of him. I guess he's a really, really strong man and can get to the offensive boards easily. And that was definitely one of our priorities, just keep him off the boards. And I think like 4 or 5 guys were on him, and Trishan Thurman came up big in his place, but I think just staying in front of him and make him work for his shots, which is what we try to do with every player.
What was it like out there on the court during the celebration?
It was, I don't know what's the feeling of passing out, but I was very close. There was no way for me to breathe. I was trying to jump and just get as much fresh air as I could, but it was very hard. And yeah, I was I mean, we were expecting it if we won, and like our student section is magical. It's magical.
Anything else for Diego?
Thank you, guys.
Can you guys give me 1 second?
Is John out there?
Hey, John.
Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. That's a tease.
Cameraman came out and said trying to bust
To do that consistently, just can't speak highly enough. 8 for 19, 9 for 10 from the line. He has 29 and 5 rebounds, only 2 assists. He's slacking in that area tonight. But a lot of that's those guys. So he was tremendous.
Have you ever coached a player that's had that level of stamina and endurance like he has, to where you've been able to keep him in all 40 minutes for 3 games?
That's a great question. I think the difference is, he's lost 15 pounds from the end of last year. Like, he was able to look in the mirror and say, you know what, I need to be better. And he changed his diet. He was very disciplined. There was a story in camp this summer where our guy, and he loves sweets. We had a camp, and we're over at the resident. We're eating at the cafeteria, and some of the campers like, Sam, you want a piece of cake? You want a cookie? And he was dying to have one of those. He's like, nope, I can't. I got to lose 15. So, but he's just so resilient and just brings it all the time. And certainly our team follows his lead. Now, I didn't have a choice. They just picked me up and threw me up on their shoulders, so I was kind of stuck. But it was kind of cool to switch Caroline. Oh, yeah, that was the first time. I mean, besides a few wedding dances, but we won't go there.
Talked so much about the toughness. Sam talked a little bit that you guys did. You mentioned the foul trouble. It was really physical game. You guys never backed down. Sam laid out a bunch of times no calls. It just keeps getting back up and going.
You just got to keep on coming back, and they're relentless now. Not only they're really good, but they're on you. Like, they're in attack mode, and they don't get phased. And so for our guys and their senior load, like every single guy on their team except one are seniors, and so they've been there, done that, 6,000 or 7,000 point scorers. Like, I mean, I don't know if we have 6,000 or 7,000 point scorers on our team in high school, and so and I'm tongue in cheek a little bit there, but to respond, and it's in a heavyweight fight, it's not always how many punches you can throw; it's how many you can take and keep getting up. And Beans takes the charge late in the game. What a huge play that was. And the one before that, I thought, but it didn't go that way, right? So you just got to keep on coming and keep trying to make plays. And our guys have really have approached the game with a blue collar mentality and a lunch pail mentality, as you could say, and just kept on coming. Justin Bean, you guys all saw it on the, we kind of. I think it was Sam, I don't know, whatever point in the second half, kind of drives in there, misses a right-hand layup, got blocked or whatever. Bean comes flying in there around 2 guys and comes up with it, and then, gets fouled and got blood coming out all over it. Talked about boxing. I think we had what are those guys in the boxing that do the, we had a cut man, our trainer, Carl Smith, who's been working overtime, and he just had surgery, by the way, but I was glad he was here tonight. But he glued him up, and a lot of guys in that moment would just be done with the game. Like, hey, I'm out. Like, I got stitches, I got glue, and he's like, Coach, I'm ready. And it just tells you a lot about his heart. But I think that's been the mantra of our team.
It seemed like there were quite a few things that kind of led up to this game. You kind of got used to the length against San Diego State. You've been playing Brito and Merrill at the point guard, backup point guard spot. So did this kind of just work out pretty well as far as leading up to this?
Well, it's interesting. I agree with you 100%. I thought the San Diego State, is they're a good team, you got. But there were some similarities in kind of their team and Nevada's team that did help us. San Diego State maybe isn't quite as long on the wings as the Martin, Caroline, Thurman had an unbelievable game, and then Porter. So those, but it did.